The year is 2009. You wake up to the sound of a helicopter screaming overhead. Gunfire cracks in the distance. The air is thick, dust and smoke. Something burned that shouldn't be burned. Move! Get cover! Someone is shouting orders you don't remember learning, but your body understands them anyway. Boots hit the ground. Every step feels heavy. Your hands are shaking. Then it happens. A grenade hits your squad. You and your team were being pounded. Almost instantly, everyone was wounded. Your vision fades, then slowly comes back. As you begin to open your eyes, you realize this is it. The enemy has overrun your encampment. You manage to focus just enough to see your final moment.
Joe, come downstairs and finish your homework.
Mom, I'm playing games. Shut the f*** up.
Fuck you, I own you, little bitch. You can't play this game, man. Get out of the tank, and then let's see who wins.
Nostalgic, isn't it? Video games. There was no better feeling than coming home from school and immediately booting up the console to play with your friends. Don't tell my wife. Whether it was stepping into a massive new world for the first time or putting together a headshot compilation, I was constantly intrigued, immersed, surprised by what games could be, by the mechanics, the stories, the possibilities. And look, I'll admit it, there are still some great video games that are coming out today. But time passed, and somewhere along the way, as I grew up, the magic didn't come with me. Games don't hit the same anymore. And I catch myself wondering why. Maybe it's not the games. Maybe if I could just take a peek into little Joe's head, I could relive that feeling again. Whoa, not that far.
Uncle Billy, what are you doing here?
Come here, boy. Your uncle needs a little loving. Hey, yo, what the fuck was that? Hey, now we're getting somewhere. Ho, ho, ho! Our 3 favorite repeated words put together as a kid. Or as an adult. It's December 25th. The smell of cookies and a clean chimney hangs in the air. Your innocence is on full display as you sprint to the presents, completely unaware that Santa just finished cleaning out your mom's chimney the night before. You tear into the wrapping, already knowing exactly what it better be, the new gaming console. Because if it's not, Dad's never seeing his TV remote again. Opening that Game Boy, Xbox 360, or PlayStation 2 for the first time, unknowing that you're about to live out some of the most best moments of your life. It's a visceral feeling that lives somewhere deep in my mind that unlocks slightly when a video game reboot comes out. Did you stiffen? Many modern MMOs nowadays have implemented their classic versions or plan to. Why is that? Well, it's to cater to a demand for game design philosophies that's been largely abandoned in modern titles. I'd say the one key reason was the sense of accomplishment and persistence. Take Call of Duty 4, for example. There were only a minimal amount of rare gear at the time with a lengthy journey to obtain them. There was a sense of accomplishment you felt when you were able to show off that gold Dragunov or gold AK-47 to your friends after pounding squeakers all day for weeks.
We have Bloodstone, which is awesome. We have Doom Steel, and then finally, Infestation. I'm not gonna lie, I really want to grind zombies this year for sure.
Wow. That's the most enthusiasm I've ever heard for something I absolutely don't want to do. The irony in the fact that we now have such an overwhelming amount of achievements can cause such an underwhelming feeling of achieving them is impeccable. Do y'all remember having to sit in your chair to heal up in MapleStory in between small training sessions just because you couldn't afford potions? The feeling of going months training just to finally hit level 30 and get your first job advancement felt indescribable at the time.
Starting things off right from character creation, you now have an option for every class to skip the first 30 levels.
Go fuck yourself. You know, I just can't speak on persistence and accomplishments without bringing up the king of the grind, old school RuneScape.
I just finished the RE Diaries because I want to maximize the chance that I can put my hand in your pants.
Wait, I thought I had a regular bone in my inventory. OSRS is charted to be one of the top MMOs with a current player count of over 200,000 players daily. I'm sure that number might sink now that Maduro is locked up and the Venezuelan gold farmers will begin to get actual jobs now. Or maybe Trump will import them to begin mining Trump coin. Who knows? OSRS is the biggest success story in making nostalgic gameplay feel timeless. And a leading reason it works is because it brings back how it felt when we were kids. The slow leveling and meaningful grinds made for a more meaningful journey to max or acquire an item to increase your damage by literally a measly 1 point. You know, there's nothing satisfying about this.
Oh my gosh, dude. I destroyed him.
Ah, now that pickles my cucumber. Another thing about all these games was their simplicity. Not simple because they lacked depth, but because they didn't bury you in any systems and crazy mechanics required to be just below average. Which leads me to this.
I'm an old ass bitch.
I'll say it. I'm old. Old as shit. The brain doesn't fire neurons as fast in my fingers like they used to, but it's especially apparent in FPS shooters. Yeah, I said the abbreviation and then said the last word. What you gonna do about it? Every game nowadays comes loaded with 100 different mechanics, and you have to be equally aware of all of them just to survive. And the moment you forget something, you vanish, never to be seen again, until a Native American girl finds you. I don't know about you, but I load in aggressive lobbies in Arc Raiders. Yeah, I'm young, I'm hip. In a game like this, the second you fire your gun, you've alerted 10 different teams, all collapsing on your position from every possible angle. If you're in a house, congratulations. There are 10 doors, 12 windows, 3 floors, and a roof you didn't even know was accessible. And that's before you factor in any weapon types, effective range, line of sight, and don't even get me started on trigger nades. The point I'm trying to make is...
I'm an old ass bitch.
No, not necessarily that. Let's take the most memorable games I played as a kid. Gears of War 1 and Shadowrun. If you played Shadowrun as a kid, tell your wife to give you a kiss from me. When you look at their maps, each side was basically symmetrical. Weapons spawned in specific location you memorize. You usually fought people in the same 2 to 4 spots, and those fights were decided about 90% by aim. And I already know what you're thinking.
Joe, you're just describing the difference between an arena shooter and a battle royale or extraction shooter.
No. Take this image I drew of Fuel Depot, a map from Gears of War. Now take that map, multiply it by 100. Now drop in as a team of 1 to 3 players, random spawn, random loot, with absolutely no idea what your opponents are carrying. Wait, maybe I don't like Battle Royale or extraction shooters. No. Y'all are getting me sidetracked. The point I'm trying to make is simplicity is king and complexity is doo-doo caca. I mean, look at this. Oh, wrong clip.
Oh my god, that page shows. Okay, there's the cove. Actually has the setup this time. Something good dropping.
What the fuck is going on here, bro?
You're going to tell me that the more amount of features and mechanics in Valorant makes this a lot more enjoyable than the simplistic nature of Counter-Strike? Well, I got news for you, buddy.
I was going to compare the current player count of both games, assuming Counter-Strike had more, but Valorant doesn't have any reliable information on the subject, so...
I may be an old ass bitch, but at least I'm not a dumb asshole.
Where my henny hoes at? Community. A major feeling I miss was the mandatory grouping and socialization we take for granted nowadays in gaming. Sure, I could drop into Arc Raiders match solo and team up with some grown-ass men to kill the Queen Arc, but then I'd be a mother. When you're a kid, you're still learning how to be a person, and a lot of those games back then gave you a low-pressure place to build social skills, empathy, identity. Unless you're scamming people in RuneScape, then you're probably destined to be on the news in the future. Before the prevalence of comprehensive online guides, players often needed to rely on each other and form groups for basic quests or difficult content. Players would have to explore and figure things out with one another. You'd form guilds and have long-lasting relationships with people you've never met IRL. And I'm not saying you wouldn't get that occasional voice message.
You little bitch.
But nowadays, if you boot up Rocket League or League of Legends, there's like a 99% chance someone is going to flame the shit out of you for a single mistake. I mean, it's just strange, toxic behavior slowly normalized over time. You know, I've got a buddy who's genuinely, historically dirty dog shit at almost every game he touches. Yet because we built that bond, I would always accept his invite no matter what.
You know, I wish I could say I was jealous of the younger generation as they called me a nostalgia merchant, but honestly, they'll never know just how special that time was for us.
All I can really say is...
Your boys' nights make your whole week. My boys' nights make my whole week. We're not the same.
Our first time was our best time. But there was no sign that that may have been the last time. There's no question that as we grew up, some of that wonder faded. Work, stress, responsibilities piled on top of each other. All of it makes gaming feel quieter than it used to. While making this video, I thought my conclusion would be easy. That modern corporations ruin gaming, that progression is too fast, that you have to instantly mute chat just to have a mediocre time, or that squeakers are now pounding me. But the truth is, there are more great games now than ever, especially with indie developers keeping creativity alive.
Thank y'all, come again.
And lately, I've just been kind of thinking about this clip that Odablock made with his kid.
How do you know what? You could sit over here and become a streamer.
What do you say?
There's some subtle forehead,
I mean foreshadowing there. Maybe the feeling video games once gave me didn't disappear. Maybe it just moved on without me. And maybe that's not something to mourn. Maybe it's time to pass that joy forward, to rediscover it through someone else's eyes, to trade being the one who tears open the gift for being the one who watches you do it. Just so I can feel that spark again. Not in my hands, but in yours. But I swear to God, if you grow up to like racing games, all you're getting for Christmas is a steering wheel, a bicycle helmet, and the game's short bus driving simulator. And then I guess I'll just have to start over.